Hello, this is Professor Afrikadzata Deku speaking to you from Spartanburg, South Carolina, USA, and I'm here to share with you the story of the eagle that has been chickenized or de-eaglenized or turned into non-eagle without his least knowledge for his easy domination and control. And there are 40 ways of doing this, turning an eagle into a non-eagle without his knowledge. And one of the ways is entitled Eagle with Chicken Spiritualities. Chicken Spiritualities. Chicken spirituality for chicken are not the same thing as eagle spirituality for eagles. One serves the spiritual needs of chickens in the chicken way, and the other caters for the spiritual needs of eagles in the eagle way. Meaning, if you are a chicken and you are practicing a chicken spirituality, that is powerful. That will work for you. But if you're an eagle, if you're practicing a chicken spirituality, it can't work for you. It can only kill you. Because spirituality, even though we are all divine spirit in human flesh, we still are human beings. We still are flesh. We cannot ignore the flesh side at the expense of the spiritual side. There must be a balance between our spiritual side and our flesh side. And we are saying that Africans need their spirituality from an African perspective, African base, African beingness, not spirituality for spirituality's sake or somebody else's spirituality at the expense of our own African spirituality. So chicken spirituality for chicken are not the same thing as eagle spirituality for eagles. One serves the spiritual needs of chicken and the chicken way, and the other cater for the spiritual needs of eagles in the eagle way. One eagle way and one chicken way. To try therefore to impose chicken spiritualities of any kind on eagle is to turn them into living dead eagles. All because eagle spirituality for eagle is the eagle inner way or key. The eagle inner way or key to the limitless power of the eagle spiritual kingdom and paradise within them. Eagle spirituality for eagle enable eagles to know, master, and live constantly in tune with their eagle truth that they are 90% divine, spirit, invisible, perfect, and immortal, and only 10% physical, visible, and flesh. Each eagle spirituality for eagle makes them aware of the limited power of their physical world, self, and wealth, and the limitless power of their the spiritual world, self, and wealth. Eagle spirituality for eagle is that eagle's spirit created, centered, spirit based, and spirit oriented and directed. It is the inner eagle illumination and enlightenment of all eagles need to know they are the universal creator Africa Mau in manifestation here on earth. Say it again. It is the inner eagle illumination and enlightenment all eagles need to know they are the universal creator Africa Maus in manifestation here on earth. We are divine spirit in human flesh. Far from seeing themselves as separate from creation, eagle spirituality for eagle enables them to realize the oneness of all life, be it human, animal, plant, or mineral world. Eagle spirituality for eagle is therefore not money or material possession based way of life. It is not flesh or material based power or way of life, but spirit based way of life that teaches all eagles how to constantly attain oneness with and total balance in all things. It enables all eagles to know, master, understand, and live fully their spirituality or divinity as the manifestation of the divine spirit in human, animal, plant, or mineral life or creation on earth. Far from living and dying for only material needs and wants at the expense of their spiritual needs and wants, eagle spirituality for eagle enable all eagles to acquire the inner eagle technology, science and art of knowing and mastering how to totally satisfy their spiritual needs and wants are the surest and guaranteed way of satisfying their material needs and wants. That is why the chicken farmer will move heaven and earth to disconnect or uproot his ego from the limitless power of their ego spirituality. By replacing their ego spirituality with chicken spirituality that are not meant for them, he is able to dominate, control, and exploit his ego to death. Simple because chicken spirituality for eagles means turning ego to survive desperately in hell of their flesh, needs, and wants. It means transforming ego into slaves of money and material possession in hell on earth. It also means programming ego not to live for the sky but the floor of life. Chicken spirituality for eagles can only, let me say it again. It also means programming ego not to live for the sky, but the floor of life. Chicken spirituality for eagles can only mean chronic ego spiritual ignorance and chronic ego spiritual hunger, famine, emptiness, underdevelopment, chaos, confusion, starvation, poverty, impoverishment, drought, suffering, and death. And as long as ego continue to prefer chicken spirituality of limited power and wealth in hell on earth to ego spirituality of limitless power and wealth in heaven on earth, total spiritual non-entities and dependency, they will continue to turn themselves into for the profit of their chicken master. In other words, only eagle, not chicken spirituality of all eagles, by all eagles, and for all eagles can set free once and for all today chickenize eagle from the genocide of allowing chicken spirituality to starve them to death. In other words, with all the foreign degrees that we have, if you ask any of our professors, PhD, ignorant professors, ignorant PhDs, who know everything about everybody else, but nothing about themselves as African, you ask them what is African ideology, or African spirituality, or African philosophy, they will tell you there's nothing called that. So, meaning we've been programmed to accept other people's things or doing things the other people's way instead of doing things our way. But that's why we are suffering and catching hell everywhere we are. And we are here to set the record straight and set up and free us from this invisible political, economic, social hell in which we are burning ourselves to death. And so, if you are interested, contact me for more information. Thank you very much.